Market. It is a place where two parties, usually buyers and sellers, can gather to facilitate the exchange of goods and services. A market can be physical or virtual. Physical as in, a buyer or a consumer can walk through and look around your store. As for virtual, it can be online shops like Shopee and Lazada.
Buyers and sellers. Buyers are the one who makes the purchase, and buyers are free to buy any goods and services they choose. And meanwhile, a seller is the one that sells something. Sellers are free to sell in the markets of their choices.
Role of buyers and sellers in the market. The role of buyers and sellers are essential in a market. The interaction of buyers and sellers in a market determines the supply and demand of the goods and services being exchanged.
Why is it important to have buyers and sellers in the market? Well, in order for the market to function, there must be buyers and sellers. The market cannot exist if someone isn't buying what someone is selling, which means that the life of the market are the buyers and the sellers.
Household supply and business demand. The household supply is on the supply side of resource markets, while the business demand is on the demand side. These are important on the interaction of buyers and sellers because they determine the supply and demand of a market.
Household supply. The household sector owns all four factors of production. This sector supplies the services of these factors to the resource markets in exchange for payment. This payment for factor services is also the income of the household sector.
Critical point of household supply. The critical point is that all resources are owned by someone in the household sector. People obviously own their own labor and entrepreneurial abilities. However, capital and land are also ultimately owned by members of the household sector, often indirectly through the ownership of the business enterprise. And para saan nga ba ito? Ang critical point ng household supply is lahat ng resources ay owned by someone in the household sector. And ano nga ba yung household sector? This sector is made up of individuals in the economy, their time and skills or labor to firms in exchange for income or wages. And ano nga ba ang mga kasali dito sa household sector? And it consists of individuals or groups of individuals as consumers and as entrepreneurs producing market goods and non-financial and financial services, provided that the production of goods and services is not by separate entities treated as a quasi-corporation. And ano po nga ba mga function nito? And household have a number of functions in the economy. They receive income from value added, and they consume goods and services and save and invest and pay taxes. And para dito, ang business daw, tapos ang mga capital and labor, so yung iba pa, mga entrepreneurial abilities, ay nasa household sector. Sila din ang mag-aari nun. So, ito ang critical point of household supply.
Business demand. The business sector combines the four factors of production to produce the goods and services. To produce output, it must acquire the factors of production from the household sector, which it does through the resource markets. It hires factor services based on expectations of selling the resulting output through the product markets. The more production is sold, the more factor services demanded.